for you a quick review on the new Jordana Complete Cover Foundation. This is your maximum coverage 2-in-1 concealer and foundation. I've been trying it for over a week now and I wanted to give you guys my thoughts and opinions on it because I have some good pros and cons about this foundation. Mostly pros because I've been loving this foundation lately. It's amazing. I honestly don't know why there's not many foundations out there with the 2-in-1 deal, because I mean, it's less products to apply, less steps to do, and it's just so much quicker. I really love the concept of this foundation, like the fact that it's a 2-in-1 and you don't have to use a concealer before using this. I have some marks in my forehead and chin, as you guys know, especially lately because it's that time of the month. This has definitely been turning into one of my favorite drugstore foundations. I love everything about it. I do have some cons to say about it, but I have mostly pros just because I'm in love. I love this foundation. This was about to fall. But without further ado, let's get started with the review. So first up, like I mentioned, this is a 2-in-1 concealer and foundation. So it is a medium to full coverage. Totally go for the medium to full coverage just because you could definitely build this up into a full coverage foundation, which I love. This is a dewy foundation though, so it's not matte like most foundations out there right now. In the back it says how to use as a foundation using a brush or fingertips. Blend a dime size amount of product starting in the center of your face, working outwards. I definitely do not use a dime size, so maybe this is why it's so full coverage for me. As a concealer, take a small amount on fingertip and gently tab where additional coverage is desired until blended. I don't technically do what it says in the back, to be quite honest with you. I just apply however I think I need in my face and then just blend it with a brush. You can use a beauty blender if you want to, but since it is very thick consistency, I would recommend for you to use a brush like this one. This one is the e.l.f. powder brush, which I use for every foundation. I just love the way this applies my foundation. I just love the consistency and coverage of this foundation. Honestly, if you get a chance, definitely try this out. It's extremely affordable. And also, I just love the concept of this foundation. The fact that it's a 2-in-1 and it actually does work as a 2-in-1. It's amazing, guys. I don't understand why more than one foundation has done that, because I mean, it's less steps to do, guys. I truly love the fact that it's a 2-in-1. The only foundation in the drugstore that I have seen that is like a 2-in-1 is the 3-in-1 CoverGirl foundation, but it's not one of my favorites, to be honest with you. But this one definitely tops it to the max. So let's get started with the pros and cons of this foundation. And first of all, I absolutely love the color range that they offer. They have 12 shades, as you can see right here, and I am in the color 08 Golden Olive. I was trying 09 and that was making me look like a Oompa Loompa. My cousin told me, and she was like, Natalie, that's not your shade. So I switched it to 08 and this is perfect for my skin tone. Literally the same color as my neck, which I love because I am a little lighter in my face than the rest of my body, as everyone is obviously, so I always like going a little darker in my foundation. They have really light foundations and really dark foundations as well, which is perfect for lighter skin girls and darker skin girls, and I truly love the color range of this. They have 12 shades like I mentioned, and you will definitely find your shade in this bunch. This claims to be a maximum coverage foundation, which I agree on, but I feel like it's more of a medium to full coverage and you could build it up into a full coverage foundation, which I love. This has a dewy finish, which I really like just because there's so many matte foundations out there right now that I think a dewy finish is very much needed. This not only works as an amazing concealer and foundation, but it also works as a great highlight under your eyes. I use 06 Honey Olive, which is just 2 shades under my regular foundation shade, and I use it under my eyes in my T-zone like I usually do, and it's what I have on my face right now, and I really love the finish of it. It works amazingly. It's very thick formula, which I also love. The packaging is great as well. It really does come in handy, especially when to apply the foundation, because I basically just apply it from the bottle to my face. Basically just like press on it and swirl it around my face, as much product as I need. I do have to admit I use quite a lot compared to how much it says. It says you could use a dime size. I'm pretty sure you could use a dime size and it's going to give you a good coverage, but I like the whole like full coverage foundation deal, so I use a little more than expected. But point is, I use it straight from the bottle and just like swirled it around my face, and then I just blend it with my foundation brush like I mentioned earlier. I use the e.l.f. powder brush. This is a pretty long wearing foundation. I would give it 8 to 10 hours, which I think is great. I mean, I haven't used it for any longer, so I don't know how to tell you if it's longer than that, but it doesn't really break around my mouth area or nose area, which I usually tend to break around that area, like it just gets blotchy and stuff. This doesn't do that to my face, which it's a plus. Oh my god, guys, so I'm online right now checking the price of this foundation, and I just read that this is water resistant. What? if this is really water resistant, it's gonna go down in the summertime because I really love this foundation even more now. I'm going to check up on that though, so I'll let you know maybe like in an annotation if it really is or if it's not. And yeah, also price is $3.99, maybe $4.99 in an actual drugstore, but online it's $3.99, which you cannot beat that in a good foundation and concealer because it's a 2-in-1. Moving on into cons, I only have one, and it's the fact that even though this is oil-free foundation, I still think it's not the greatest foundation for oily skin, especially if you are extremely oily, just because I do recommend for you to use a primer under this. I am normal to oily skin and I still do get oily in my T-zone when I use this foundation, which I don't mind because it is a dewy finish, so you will get that like dewiness in your skin, which I love. I really love the finish of this foundation as well. But yeah, that's the only con I do have to say about it. If you are dry skin though, this is going to be perfection for you. But let's get started with the little demo so you can see how I use it and how it works. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Let me know down below what are your thoughts on this foundation if you have tried it already, and if you haven't, I would definitely recommend for you to do so because I'm obviously loving it. Let me know down below what other reviews you would like to see next. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and see you next time. Bye!